friends, welcome to Bel Anne Craft Studio. This is just going to be a little bit of a different video. I feel like starting off the year with a get to know me video. I feel it to be necessary as I want everyone to feel comfortable when you come in to uh, visit me and see what I do and my vision for Bel Anne Craft Studio. My first name is Belinda, and I am the owner of Bel Anne Craft Studio. I also have BR Gifts and Things, and I'm going to go through all of those with you, and you'll see on the About page on my website all of the small details of what I'm offering, but I felt like going ahead and just taking the time to really let you see me, and that way when you hear me say, "Hey there, crafty friends," you'll know I love crafting and uh I just want to be as helpful as I can. Okay, I don't want to ramble on. A lot of things of the technology nowadays are new to me. I'm still learning. I don't have all the answers, but what I have is a great idea. And so let me take you a little bit back to my mom. Sorry, it just emotional. My mom was the best crafter. She she can make anything. She can take a toilet paper roll, the carton after the paper is gone, and she could make anything out of that. I would just sit her and watch her crochet was her favorite. She could sew. I learned a lot of inspiration from her. My faith in Christ Jesus really drives me in all I do. I totally get it. Not everybody wants to hear that, and that'll be between them and the Lord on Judgment Day, should they not want to repent before then. My hope is that they will repent. But even in my crafting, all the things that I make, I honor Him with those things because we all will stand before Him. Whether we want to believe in Him or not, you don't have to believe in God to stand before Him on Judgment Day. But I wanted to have that what I had prior, and business has always just been who I am and what I wanted to do. To be my own boss, to be uh control of my time and what I do and what I present, and glorifying the Lord in that process. So, with that being said, I'm going to take you up to, oh, well, let me say it like this. Over the years, raising my children, being able to do what I need to do to take care of them, I've always did a little side hustle on the side, if you will, sewing, alterations, making clothes, making wedding dresses, altering wedding dresses, customizing wedding dresses, the whole nine yards. And in 2015, I got extremely sick. I didn't know why, and it's emotional for me because this is where God comes in, where He is everything to me. I'm trying not to be upset, but I'm not upset, just too emotional is my words. So 2015, I had a small business and I had it for probably about, oh, if I can think about 2, 3 years, maybe four. I can't just give and take a little bit. Um, and I was doing really well. and it just really took off. Um, I got really sick, and I didn't know why. Diabetes runs in our family, and I was trying not to follow in that footstep, but it it happens. Um, I got sick, and I thought I had the flu, but as it turns out, I I went to the hospital with sepsis. Making a long story short, where I had where I had sepsis, and the doctors putting me into a medically induced coma where I only had 24 to 48 hours to live. I've learned this now. I know that God is real. I know He loves us. And my walk with Him is so important. And at that time, I really didn't give Him too much mind. I knew of Him, and I really didn't walk with Him as I should have. But it takes some things to get our attention, right? So, and I'm trying to look straight into the camera because looking at my notes, and I'm trying to keep my composure, if you will, because he engulfs my heart, my soul, my everything, who I am. I am not me without Him. So a lot of things I understand, like even now, I in this that I'm doing now at for in Bel Anne Craft Studio is I do everything to honor Him. But 30 days into the hospital, when I was not supposed to live, my kidneys, everything were shutting down. I cried out to Him. I was on dialysis. And I asked the Lord, Lord, take me off these things. And He was faithful and still is faithful. I saw within 30 days of being in the hospital, they took me off dialysis. They took me off all of everything. I went from a shoebox full of medications down to next to nothing. And the Lord continuing to still heal me. As long as I keep my faith and trust in Him, believing He is who He is. He is God of creation. So I was down for a little while. That business, I had to close it because I had to learn to walk again. I couldn't do alterations like I thought I could do. That had to get on the floor and really, like quinceañera dresses, for example, you have to get on the floor with the customer to get that accurate level of their shoes, and just make sure that the hem is perfect. Okay. And a lot of other things that I had to learn to do again. Now, mind you, technology comes in, and it really is something that I'm learning and continue to learn. And at my age, the closer I get to 60, and I don't mind telling you how old I am. I mean, the closer I get to 60, the more it's a challenge, not hard. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things, trying to keep it, through Christ Jesus that gives me the strength. It's not my will, but His will be done. And whenever I do anything, I will glorify Him. I just want to keep stressing that for those who may come by, see my channel, see what I do. They may not like it. That's fine. Did a lot of different things that I know people don't realize what they're doing, and unless they unless the Holy Spirit draws them, they're going to continue to do what they do. But I'm going to say this. After, I would say, 8 years, 7 years, I really was working towards building my stamina, and I still have a little stagger when I walk, but praise God I'm walking, because those doctors said I wouldn't walk again. They were going to put me in a nursing home. I own my own home. As you can see, my craft room is not fancy. I don't have a large mansion. I have a small house, and I thank the Lord for it. It's paid off. I don't make payments on it. As you can see let me see over here. I'm getting ready to do shows or markets, as they call them. Getting all of my things, my tables. I've just got a lot of things behind the scenes that I'm doing, but I don't want to get off track. I want to continue with my introduction. After, let's see, the beginning, during the time, I'm going to add this, that I was getting better, I would be practicing on Canva. I didn't know what Canva was. There's going to be people out there going to say, "What? You don't know?" No, I know. I don't know what Canva is. I didn't know then. I know now. Before I had got sick, with my previous business, I had wanted to do Etsy. Right about that time is right when Etsy started to become familiar with me. And all of, I didn't even know, I didn't get on Facebook. I mean, I'm serious. I was really learning all of these things. And I really wanted my business before to do well before I got sick. But meanwhile, during my time of recovery, because I had just launched my website, um, probably in August is when I really took the time to go ahead and just take that next step, that leap of faith, as some may say. So after learning Canva, learning all of the things that I needed to learn when having a website, I went ahead and started learning how to build a website, watching YouTube videos and watching people, and really taking that time to understand how all that process to do those things, understand that process, if you will. And print on demand became familiar with me, and I thought that was the coolest thing, that you can put a design on a shirt and you don't even have to touch it. And I thought, what a great idea to go ahead and offer that to people, and maybe they'd buy it. But again, not everybody wants or can understand to see your vision of what you are trying to bring. So, getting back into, I finally took care of everything that I needed to take care of, close all loose ends from the previous business, and getting to the point where I am now to be able to do business again. I am, or have, they had to think of a different name, and I thought, my name is Belinda Anne, Anne. My friends call me Belle, the ones that know me and are close to me. One in particular, she calls me Belle. So I thought, why not say Bel Anne? And I thought, well, what kind of name could I use as far as crafting? And I thought, crafting, I really got into the crafting. I mean, that's what I would do all this time whenever I wasn't able to work. And I thought, a craft studio. You don't have to have a big warehouse, or just whatever you are presenting as a craft. That's what you're doing, and that's what you're offering. I thought, well, that'd be great. I know how to crochet. I've got a knitting machine. I don't knit by my hand very well, so a knitting machine is great. but I can knit with knitting needles. Okay. Um, just I've got machines. I've got a Juki industrial machine from when I did upholstery in my previous business. And I reupholstered, for example, a whole new love seat in denim fabric. It was really cool. If I can find that, I will post that and I'll share it with you over on Instagram. If you follow along with me, all the links I put are in the description underneath the video. Just click the more button. So within that, I thought that'd be good, Bel Anne Craft Studio. But then I had also had the name BR Gifts and Things because all the things that I make, you can take that in that concept that you can go ahead and use that as gifts. For example, if you make something, the kitchen towels that I have on my website, that you can take those, and I want to do some of these with you, give you some inspiring ideas. I don't want the print on demand to just be, oh, you just put something up there, some type of design, and that's what it is. It takes time to make those designs to put on that print on demand. That's a craft. That's something that you can be able to do. And also take that towel and use that for another idea. For example, I crochet a lot of kitchen towels, like decorative towels and things. I have went to the Dollar Tree, Walmart, and wherever I would get towels. Beautiful towels. The print and pattern on those are beautiful. And I like the farmhouse style. I always will. I'm just an old fashioned old girl. And I would crochet. I I'd fix it, cut it. I'd crochet the top, and then put a button on it. It's hanging. I have one that I made for myself, and I would practice on these throughout all this time, and then gives me an idea the same way to be able to um, offer that in on my website. So the challenges that I faced before did not stop me from doing what I want to do now. I still am a designer. I am a graphic, textile. Well, so much. I forgot what they call it. Let's see, where uh, you create fabric. I have a spoon flowers where I'm trying to convey spoon flower for Bel Anne fabrics and textiles. So my thought was to go ahead and I could have these names underneath Bel Anne Craft Studio and be able to have the other ones under the umbrella of Bel Anne Craft Studio. But yet, though it's on my website, people can see those things and see exclusives like on Etsy. I have an Etsy store for BR Gifts and Things, and it takes a lot of time. I'm just not one to just slap something on a product and call it mine. I cannot do that. I must call it mine. It must glorify God in all I do. Now, I about Bell's Digital Creations. Um, Bell's Digital Creations are just digital papers, things that I've made, and um, utilizing some of the tools on Canva and other platforms, um, and I have a virtual assistant that I have that helps me, that I'm able to understand things, but everything I do is mine. I do not like to copy and paste anyone's work. That's not right. And I know that maybe I'm pretty sure there are people that would just rather copy and paste and You know, that's just what they're going to face when they stand before the Lord on Judgment Day. But for me, I want to honor the Lord in all things. So when you see a design there, therefore that design was curated by me. It was not something that I just went ahead and I do use elements from Canva to create those designs. I'm not the best drawer. My oldest son, he's a wonderful little artist, and I just don't have that portion of the crafting, if you will. But I just want to give that vision of what Bel Anne Craft Studio is. It's digital downloads. The craft of putting those digital downloads there. I have a few of the 2026 planners on there, and the price that I put on there, because those things, that takes a lot of work to put just a digital together. I can totally see it. You know, for example, if I can just say this, you know, you go to Walmart or you go to some of these stores, and 9 times out of 10, where they get their stuff, and they get it from overseas. That's why they can sell it for cheap. When I lived in Mexico once upon a time, that's another story. Um, I can see the dollar conversion. The United States has a more high dollar than it would be coming from over there. That's why you see a lot of different products when you go into a shopping center or something where it was made from, because it's cheaper to get it from over there to bring it over here. And it's that cheapness is, you know, presented to the consumer. But when it's US made, and for myself, when I bring those things together, you're getting quality product, and you're helping United States and everyone here in the United States. You're keeping the dollar here. I ain't got nothing against someone going over there and they do this and they go and get their product from overseas. That's fine. That's between them and the Lord. That has nothing to do with me. Not being condescending, I promise. But the thing is that I'm trying to get all to understand my prices that I price things on my website are very much underneath the person that has made something like that, or made a product of sort. Now, I get it. You know, as it comes to digitals, people won't spend the money to get something like that, but when it comes to um, a $50 pizza or something, they'll spend the money on that. So you got to keep that in mind whenever you do business, that you want to present something that you think that people may need, but not everybody wants that. I get it. But at the same time, I'm going to continue to provide different things that I know that could be used, and you can take that product and totally make it your own for the towel's sake. Okay? So kind of think of that, where you really take something off the website, off of Bel Anne Craft Studio, and therefore use that product and turn it into something else. Because the copyrights that I have on Bel Anne Craft Studio, they can't go get the towel and then resell it. That's against the law anyhow. But at the same time, to say, hey, I'm going to take this towel that I purchased from Bel Anne Craft Studio, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to make pot holders with it. That's totally acceptable. I'm going to make kitchen towels with it. I'm going to do this project and that project. I'll make placemats out of it. So many things you can do. And that's my vision for Bel Anne Craft Studio, is to offer certain things, even if it is print on demand, that you can take those things and use them to create something else that you like. So moving forward, I just wanted to kind of explain the website a little bit. And now, since I have uh, started the website, I built that website, by the way, myself. I built that myself. It took a while to build that website before I even launched it. And to stock it and to put things in it, it takes time. It's just me. Nobody helps me. I do I run this business by myself. I am a small business owner, and for those who are going to be purchasing or future customers, thank you for supporting my small business, because I'm wanting to I'm really wanting this to build and to grow, and I I want it to be the success I know it to be until the Lord comes back and calls our name. I'm not looking out to be rich by any means, but to be able to have that extra money even in my ministry. I have a ministry. I often will share my ministry website with the YouTube videos, and I always put them with the links under the videos. And to be able to help people who are giving Bibles for inmates, um, going overseas and preaching the gospel, just to be able to help with that, and to really just be okay. That's what I have my vision for Bel Anne Craft Studio. And when the day comes, when Jesus comes to call my name, I'll be ready to go. And everything else won't matter. But for now, this is my work. This is what I do. Where I'm at now, this is where I work. I have another room that I do my sewing, and for um, future videos, I'll be sharing with that, and also with Patreon. I do want to add with Patreon. I know I'm all over, but I have so much. I'm just so excited to be able to be here, to be able to talk to you, to be able to do the things that I do on a daily basis, is no short of the hand of God in my life. So if you're dealing with something, if I can encourage you, don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. Keep your faith in the Lord. Don't think, well, maybe God didn't. No, he will. I was not supposed to be here. And here I am, all working on what, 8 years, 9 years, if I count it right. So consider these things, if I can be an encouragement, if anything else, to let you know, if you have a vision or if you have a hope that you want to start something, keep going, persevere, ask the Lord to help you. He will. But we must glorify him in all those things. So a lot of things, like you can see behind me, I got paper packs coming. A lot of times putting them all on the website and having a large stock, because here where I live in Texas, I can't have a large back stock because they'll charge me taxes on it. Just saying. So I'm trying to keep the costs low so I don't have to raise my prices. I'm trying to keep them as affordable as possible. I'm always here if you have a question you want to ask me. And I do have people from time to time ask me questions, and I'm very much willing to help. Okay, so Bel Anne Craft Studio, I have mainly my showcase, my front page. Then I have a page where I have journals where I'm going to be put crafting supplies, journals, things that I made. Some print on demand, some are handmade. And I'm working on the handmade. I'm making a lot of different things I'll be posting. I don't have the best camera, so if it's hard to see, I'll try my best to do the best I can. But my point is a lot of different things I want to put there, but to have the digital aspect of it, to be able to go ahead and offer the digital, that helps me to be able to create something else. Example, like I sell Bible covers. Now these are complete Bible covers. I'm making fabric Bible covers, but the Bible covers that I have on my website, they have the design on them. I made the design, and some may work, and I don't know what people like in print on demand, but I know that there are some things that are in print on demand that I'm not willing to make because it goes against my faith in Christ. So I have to keep that within that realm. I'm not going to do that. But also, I want to be able to offer something to where a person can use and it be quality is what I'm really, really, really big on is quality. And with quality, sometimes you have to pay a little bit extra. But for me, if I'm going to get quality, I'll pay that extra. And being able to go ahead and take the time to offer something that people can use on a daily basis, as well as something that people want to use, like a journal, a notebook, and a lot of things that I put on my website. They may be a trial and error because I'm still learning, I'm still growing as a small business owner. I want to be sharing Patreon, as I mentioned. Patreon, I have a $5 tier. That's the extended version of the YouTube Crafty Friends Circle. And finding the time to sit down and making all handmade products and getting all my designs and teaching workshops. You see my point, and putting out YouTube videos. I can't split myself different ways. I can only do what I can do. Your support here, the small group I have here on YouTube, means more to me than what you can ever imagine, because you're helping me being inspired myself to bring something that I like to do. If I have a great idea that I would use, I'm going to share it with you. So I know one of the videos I did on YouTube was the DIY washi tape. These are things I would think of, and I thought, oh, I'm going to share this because I would use this. We are living in a world where it's getting kind of hard to spend money. I get it, but you want to be able to have things, and you want to be able to craft like junk journals. We just did one on junk journals where you can use everyday items to create something wonderful. And being able to put kits and things like that on the website, all of this takes time. And I know that when you put something on YouTube, everybody wants to go and take it and take credit for it. But the Lord knows, He knows, and He will bless me because I honor Him. Okay? Um, so on Patreon also I'm working on in the back behind the scenes now. I am making or going to be offering the beginner crochet. Now, I know crocheting for a long time, and I've got crochet products, projects now I need to finish, but then yet I have to go and do, you know, other things. I've heard people say, "Oh, I wish I could do that." And I thought, you know what? I'm not a crochet guru and I don't know everything there is about crochet, but what I know, I'll teach you. I can teach the very beginning, go step by step, and also have live streams that is all curated within that tier on Patreon that you pay for, that you will get more than the quality, more than above, and get quality with what you are receiving, if I'm saying that correctly. All of this I'm new and I am still learning as my business continues to grow. I know that it'll be second nature. Then I have the advanced crochet. And with that, you'll learn how to m- take that pattern that you learned how to read and create your own pattern. And that is not as hard as we may think. And I know sometimes learning to read a pattern, it's like a bunch of jumbled up words on paper. Like, how is this a pattern? We've gotten so accustomed to look at diagrams that you can have a pattern for a diagram, but um, to be able to read all that to make something that you made is I mean, you can't replace that. And all of the tiers that I have for the workshops are affordable compared to the research that I've done. Okay, so the next tier on Patreon I have is the beginner sewing to teach, and these are kid friendly. I did not put them just for adults and then for kids. Children with their parent can literally sit down and learn together, and maybe the parent can help the child and help them along in their sewing process. I've taught children as young as 5 years old, and they can learn this. Right now, my 9-year-old granddaughter, she's waiting for those classes to start so she can learn how to sew. I teach the children to get familiar with your machine. You can't. It's more than just putting fabric there and pressing a button on the pedal. You got to know your machine. You have to know how to keep up with it. You got to know how where the needle goes and what happens when the needle breaks and what causes a needle break. So many things to looking and buying a pattern. Now, on those tiers, as I move forward, I will be putting little posts and little tips for those tiers. And if you are part of one of those workshops, you can get those and use that. Those will be helpful extras, and then I can also send them via website, or you can do them download. Let's just whatever you decide to do. Um, just have open forums discussing things with people. A full classroom, a virtual classroom, is what I'm offering. Then the advanced sewing, to take that pattern that you purchased and alter that pattern to fit your body structure, to be able to potentially take that what you've learned and open your own alterations, learn how to do tailoring, learn how to do alterations proper, learn how much to cut off a fabric and to hem it to have it lay right on your body. um, those are the advanced. And then later on down the line, if it's something that people would desire to know, that they would go into the fashion aspect, to be able to understand patterns and patterns meaning designs and just so much. I want to offer that, or am going to be offering that on Patreon. So if that's something that you like, go ahead and sign up now, because once the classes start, it's more of your benefit to be in the live stream than to have a recorded, because you can have your question answered right away. And I'm sure people don't mind taking their clothing and what have you to an alterations or a seamstress. But what a benefit it would be that you can do it yourself. that you can literally sit down and do those things yourself. That we're talking about saving money, right? So what a person would spend a month for that workshop, it saves them money in the long run, because you're not having to pay 60, 70, $80. Some I've seen some go all the way up in the hundreds. Let's say you want to make a curtain, you want to make new draperies, you want to make a tapestry, or you want to make a quilt. In our advance, we're going to be doing quilting, learning the squares and the proper measurements, so many things. And with all of that, you're going to be making something by your hand that you've made. Okay. Um, with Patreon, that's what I have for that over there. Now, my Amazon shop, it's still new. I know I only got 2 items there, but yet sometimes I felt like I wanted to just put those things up there and just see if they sell, but I have to be consistent with those. But again, time. The last couple of weeks during Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, behind the scenes, I've been working on tote bags and working on patterns and working on fabrics and working on so many things. And I'm getting ready to launch a spring fabric collection, and to be able to get that fabric ordered to my house, cut it into charm squares, because I will be putting those charm squares together. They don't come from a factory already cut. Okay? I want to offer that to those who quilt, who knows all of that. But if you know quilting, go ahead and just join us. Maybe you can offer something. Finish that thought. Join us on Patreon. You can probably offer something that we didn't know that worked for you. So please come and join us. Just be part of that crafting community that, even though you know, but you're still learning with us, and we're just learning from each other. Okay? So I really would like to do those things, and I appreciate you all who have hung in with me for the YouTube page, because you will see I went from week to week to every 2 weeks posting, only because it takes a lot of time to do a video. It really does. It's a lot of work. And for YouTube, I have not and do not plan to be monetized on YouTube. This is why I have Patreon. But all of the big stuff will be on Crafty Friends Circle, and that's $5 a month if you desire to come and see what I've got going on over there. Because that that's why we creators do what we do, because this is our work. This is our job. We have to work. Things in this world aren't free. We have to eat. As the Bible says, if a man don't work, he don't eat. So I just want to just be an encouragement to you all, to come and be a part of those things. And as I put things up on the website, as I put things over on the other places, other shops that I have, and more shops coming, I really want to put Bel Anne Craft Studio. I have it for BR gifts and things on Etsy, but I want to put Bel Anne Craft Studio over on Etsy to offer the journals and other things over there, and just keep BR gifts and things for all of the print on demand, and potentially crafting, not crafting, but gift giving ideas is what BR gifts and things really is. Um, and you can take those things as well and turn them into something wonderful. That's why I have the tagline, bringing, creativity to life. Is you really got to get creative. I mean, if I can bring up again the washi tape video, if you have not seen that, I encourage you to go look at that, where I took medical tape, and these are really cheap, and you put them on wax coating paper, put it through your printer. You've got washi tape. Does washi tape have to be store bought? Not always. If you don't have the money to buy it, right? Even though I do create things here in my studio, I still buy some things, but it saves me a lot of money to where I can use that to bring that cost and savings to you all. So if you see things like that on the website, just know it's not because I don't know what I'm doing. Just saying. I'm just bringing some crafty things that maybe that you would like, and like ephemera packs, or I have so many things that I want to share, but it takes time. And I'm a very meticulous person. I will say, I take notice to detail. If it don't look good to me, I don't want it. I'm not just going to throw it out. Well, throw it up in the air to see if someone catches it. I see some really creative people that really try hard on their sewing techniques and their creative aspects. But at the same time, when we learn from those things, we are inspired to make something on our own. We don't go and take something that's not ours. Okay? So I really want to invite you, if you're just coming by, if you're just saying, let's just see what this old girl's saying, and if you're just coming by, please hang out with us for a while. I get it. Sometimes I too, as a sweet lady, I mean, she on her comment where she doesn't always comment on videos. I totally understand. I don't always either. But I felt like if I comment on someone's video, it might be an encouraging. And if I had something to offer that would be beneficial, I'll say what I need to say. So your comments with to that end encourages me. It helps me to think, okay, I'm not just putting videos, or not just doing something out here. And you have a friend, you invite them over, and you've got a big crowd plan, but then you made this fine dinner and you've made everything. You really put your heart in it and all your love and care in it, and then nobody shows up. That's very disheartening. Everybody is different, but when you go into the crafty community, I'm sure there's someone there who will take notice to what you're doing and that they will appreciate it. And that comment she gave me, I appreciate it. That I mean, and there's a few more where I have a sweet sister in the Lord where she'll comment on my videos. You just don't know. Those really inspire me. They really encourage me because it makes me feel like you've come to fellowship with me, you've come to hang out with me, you've come to see what I do, and just a thumbs up. I know it seems like that YouTube cliche where they don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's what all over YouTube. But to see those things really encourages me to where I really want to continue to go forward. Because if you have ever done a video, or if you've ever went to visit somebody and they kind of had this little attitude, well, you probably wouldn't want to go and think, I'm gonna wait till you calm down. And it really is disheartening when you don't have the friends with you that you thought you had, if that makes any bit of sense. But I really want Bel Anne Craft Studio to really take off. I want it to be the potential I know it to be. I've done business many years, many times before. The digital design and designing fabrics and um, all of the different things I'm doing, this is new to me. And if I don't know it, I've got to learn it myself before I can present that to you all. So I just want to go ahead and just welcome you all who have subscribed and thank you, because the fact that you subscribed and the fact that you have taken the time out of your busy schedule to hit that little thumbs up and say, yeah, that's, you don't even have to comment. If you don't comment, let me say this, that thumbs up is your comment that you liked it, that you enjoy hanging out with me. You know, that's what I think I'm doing is hanging out. As you can see, my little, I get all this on my little tripod right there is where all my crafting videos are. And I just want to be as transparent as possible to let you see that what I'm doing here, I'm doing to really get back on my feet and really try my best to present. I know that could be some wonderful things that you will enjoy. If I can get that fabric, well, let me say it like this. The towels, I'm thinking about the towels that I have on my BR Gifts and Things page. I want to go ahead and I want to make an order for myself, and I'll get those, and I will do a video if that's something you'd like. Go ahead and let me know in the comment below and say yes. I would like to have that video. I would like to see that video of me taking that towel and turning it into something else, like a kitchen towel or a pot holder or something like that. Just let me know, because crochet is something that I like to do. And when I crochet, it won't be a tutorial, a workshop, as it will be on Patreon. But if I crochet, it'll be something to show you what I've done with that particular item. Okay. So that's where I'm at this point in time. And I just really thank you all. And I really want to just extend the welcome. If you're passing through and you see this video, go ahead and hang out. Where I've got more things coming. I want to be sharing the markets when I go to market, and I'm soon to be doing those coming up pretty soon. It's, my goodness, we're already in January. So I see we're in January 9th, and the days will go quick. As quick as you see a swift breeze go through the air, you'll know that we'll be already halfway through this year. But I'm trying to share as much as I can with you, and without being monetized on YouTube. And the extended versions will be over on Crafty Friends Circle. So if you have not done that, make your way, look underneath the video, and go ahead and sign up. Even if there's a few on there, go ahead and sign up for the workshops. Go ahead and sign up, because once I get those in, and I will be offering live streams. And if you're crocheting and you say, Belle, what about this one? What about this one? How do I do this? And how do I hold it like this? And I mean, I've taught my young granddaughter when she was 9 at the time. She's almost 13. My goodness. They're growing. I taught her. You can teach a child, you can teach anyone if they are willing to learn and really absorb what you're teaching them. Okay? But I really want to encourage you, go take a look at those. And as I continue to work on the things that I've been working on and really getting these things ready for market, is where what I've really been doing. It's not that I have forgotten about you all. I just got a lot of things behind the scenes where I'm trying to get it done. Um, to the best of my ability, I can sew all day. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I feel like I'm a wonderful seamstress. I'm a wonderful sewer person, if you will. But yet I have to pay attention to the website and all of the other things that I mentioned, and still be able to have things like go to church, and I have a garden. I like to do my garden, and I'm currently potentially either um, doing something about moving to a new home, or there's just a lot of things. Okay, um, I have a lot of things going on, but I still want to be consistent as well. And your encouragement by giving a thumbs up or following along and subscribing, that encourages me. I don't want my business to be a cliche like everybody's doing it. I want it to be a personal one where you're my crafty friend. You're coming and you're hanging out with me, and we're going to craft for a while. Um, Same thing with crochet, same thing with sewing. And I remember many years ago, before I closed, that there were a lot of crochet groups and things. We'd all sit there and just talk and chat about everything. I know a lot of the older generations would go, and they have a quilters guild, and where they would just go in and everybody would quilt on that quilt and get it done. That's the just the old fashioned aspect of that is what I want to offer. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for being my crafty friend. And I have new videos coming. Just stay tuned for that. And you always get notified when you're subscribed. The way YouTube is kind of changing. Sometimes if you watch it, even though you haven't subscribed, they'll kind of put it on a suggestion page on the home page. So that's fine. Your thumbs up really encourages me above all. Thank you again, and I look forward to being part being part of your crafty friend, and just being able to move forward and show you the things that I know how to do, and maybe something I know how to do that we can learn from each other. Thank you again. Until next time. Bye bye.